Hi folks, Lee and Teresa from Stringfield Ridge Farm. Something has happened to our pecan trees this year, and we're going to show you. We have altogether 7 pecan trees. Several of them are really big, like that one, and then these 3 over here, and then another one over here where Lee is our biggest, oldest pecan tree. Is there, and we several years we've had bumper crops off of them, then a few years in between we don't get as many, and this year Lee said they were pretty loaded. I'd already asked him this year and he said yeah, they's pretty loaded. Okay, let's go see what happened to our pecan trees.
Yeah, happened to a couple of them.
Alright, as you can already kind of see.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, this time it ain't no little limbs. This is big limbs. My whole life growing up, these trees were huge like this anyway. And every time there was a bumper crop, you would have several big limbs fall out like this. So now we come home Saturday, and one of these limbs had already fell, and I got out and I was checking it out, and sure enough it was loaded even more than what I thought that it was.
I think it was this one in the middle. The one in the middle, yes, I think was the first one.
It was the one that's in the middle right now on the left side of that tree as you're seeing it. And then we got up this morning to go to church, and as we was coming out, I happened to look over here and I thought, there looks like there's more there. So I told myself, I'm gonna have to check this out. So now we're gonna go up here and actually check them out better. This is the first we've come up here to check them out today.
If we hear a cracking noise, we're going to run.
It could be another
There's
one.
3 huge limbs. There's 1,
so hopefully
2,
hopefully no more will fall
and
out.
3 of our big, huge limbs out of our pecan tree. We will use this for firewood.
It's either that or some of them, I'm sure some of them was already stressed from some of the storms that we have had.
So you think the limbs were pretty stressed, and then the
yeah,
loaded.
And then once they started,
there's where one fell, and there's where the other 2 fell.
The pecans on there, because they contain a lot of moisture and weight,
So I was a little shocked and upset, but Lee said Lee has lived on this property, or beside this property actually, all of his life, and he said he had seen it happen several times. But I was kind of shocked and upset. I actually was pretty upset. You can see the middle one there was the first one that fell. It's already turning, and then these other 2 fell, we noticed this morning.
And it's just
that's what he just picked, like that quick off of them.
I mean, they're just
quite a few.
As you can see, just pick them off.
These are the big paper shell pecans. Yes. These pecans are huge. So with it starting to be a bumper crop, it just couldn't handle these branches. And these trees are pretty old, so they have a lot of old branches in them anyway.
They're close to 100 years old.
These are old pecan trees.
And,
but they have some big old wonderful pecans on them.
Yes, they.
Okay, so there is a sixth tree that is over this way. There's a little bit younger. And then we have another one in the back.
Yes,
further in the back.
Yeah, it's back over
Way
here
on
close
back
to the
further.
property line.
Altogether there's 7 pecan
Yes.
trees. It was a bad year last year. But this year, I think we're going to do pretty good. So there you go. That is what happened to our pecan trees. There's a tree hugger, y'all. A tree hugger.
Okay guys, here I am. Up here I've started cutting this pecan up. There's some pretty good sized chunks right there. I'll get them and get all the big stuff that I could use for firewood and get them loaded up, and I'll haul them back here to the house and split them and stack them, and that way they'll be good and seasoned here shortly. And I'm not going to be burning anytime soon. Pecan is about like hickory. If it's not seasoned very well or seasoned good, it'll produce a lot of smoke and you lose a lot of your heat. The joys of homesteading, baby. But right there, I prayed about a week ago for the Lord to make sure that I had some firewood stacked up, and He provided. But I wasn't really intending on it being coming out of my pecan trees. But, oh well, He knew best. So, there you go. There's another prayer that was answered by the good Lord up above. Amen.